Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the conclusion of the 10th annual Klamath Independent Film Festival. We just finished 3 days of extraordinary made in Oregon films. We started Friday night with a grand celebration of National Lampoon's Animal House, arguably the greatest comedy ever made and certainly greatest comedy shot in the state of Oregon, complete with a street festival, on-stage toga dance-off with Otis Day and Dick Peterson from the Kingsmen, and a amazing cast reunion afterwards with the actors. That is a bucket list item that I will remember for the rest of my life, getting to dance to shout on stage with Otis Day. Saturday, we showed our feature films, and we had an extraordinary panel discussion about Modoc Wars and indigenous peoples. We had Klamath tribe members, we had Modoc Nation members here. Just an amazing conversation there and some incredible films. We had a very fun after party last night, and thank you to all of our filmmakers who spent some time with us at the Basin Martini Bar. And today, this morning, we started off with our K through 12 student films, many of which came from the film camp that Klamath Film teaches each summer. So we are the Klamath Independent Film Festival, but the film festival is just one aspect of what we do. We are Klamath Film, a 501c3 based here in Klamath County that works to enhance, nurture, supplement filmmaking in the basin. And one way that we do that is our education wing, which is teaching a film camp to youth. And this morning we got to see the end product of that, which was wonderful to see what the kids were able to make. We just watched a whole laundry list of short films from about 11:30 this morning straight on through to here. We also had an incredible panel discussion with a firefighter and 2 police officers about coping with PTSD this afternoon, which was very fascinating. And now all of you are here. Thank you for spending, whether you were here just for today or whether you've been here for all 3 days, thank you for supporting independent filmmaking, and thank you for supporting filmmaking in Oregon. So my name's Kurt Lidke. I am the board chair of Klamath Film. To my left, stage right, is Cassidy Quistorf. She is our executive director. Cassidy took over as executive director this year. I was executive director previously, and in between there was a gentleman named Court Canick, who we missed dearly. He had to step down due to a major health issue, but we wish him well. And also, this event, even though it's only happening for 3 days, we have been working on this since January, extensively. There's been a lot of very late nights for myself and Cassidy. So it has been very rewarding to see how this weekend has gone. We appreciate everyone being here, but also our extraordinary board members who are in your program at the back. All of them have had a part in this festival in one way or another to be able to bring all of these films to you and to you, our online audience as well. We have also had this weekend been blessed with a number of volunteers who have put in many hours to make this event possible. I would list all of your names off, but I'm sure I would forget one and I would never hear the end of it. I see some of them in the audience, and thank you, thank you. Without all of you, this event would not be possible. The same also must be said for the Ross Ragland Theater crew and also the amazing Ross Ragland Guild. And our sponsors. We cannot forget the sponsors. This event costs a lot of money. I won't go through the full list, but they're inside your program. If you are able to support them, please do so because they supported us. So for those of you who have come to our festival before, you know how this works, but we go through a rigorous multi-step process to determine the films that are selected. Every year we have a submission window from February 1st to June 1st where we allow Oregon filmmakers or films shot in Oregon to be submitted to us. Every single one of those films goes through a very thorough, rigorous judging process to end up on this screen. There is a panel of screeners that score every single film. The lowest scores are unfortunately dropped from that. And then there's a whole second group of screeners that go through the films all over again, score them all over again. We average out all those scores. And then there was about a 6 to 7 hour long Zoom call debating every single film's merits, what we like about them, what we don't like about them, should it fit in? We may love it, but maybe it doesn't fit just right for the festival. It is torturous because by the end of it, there's always one or two who are like, oh God, I wish that film could go, but there's just no place for it. We have finite screen time. So every year we unfortunately miss out on a couple of made in Oregon films that we love, but for one reason or another can't be a part of the festival. And then once we have determined how many films, this year we had 39 that we have shown over the last 3 days, plus, and well, that I guess that includes Animal House. Then we recruit professionals in the film industry who have definitely been there, done that for many years, to watch all of our selections and score them again to determine our final winners. Our board has zero say whatsoever in who our winners are. We have these films in the festival because we see them as great pieces of creative, artistic, educational, entertaining pieces that showcase the state of Oregon. And ultimately, all three of our judges this year are based in Hollywood. So we have actor Chairman Barnes, who is one of those, hey, aren't you that guy who's been in that thing faces? That more commercials, TV shows, films than I can possibly name. Oftentimes, a bit role, but man, that guy's been around forever. And a wonderful person. We can't thank Chairman enough for coming back to be a judge. He's been a judge previously. Ben Rock, film producer in Hollywood, was also one of our judges. He is best known for working on the Blair Witch Project, but he's worked on a number of films and television shows as well. And then Phil Eisler came back as a judge, and Phil is a British rock star turned music composer for film and TV. And he has worked on a number of TV shows, films. You've heard his music in major motion pictures. All three of them volunteered their time to watch every single film that you have seen over the last 3 days and give their opinions and their scores. We averaged out those scores, and that's what determined the films that we are now going to honor with awards. However, every single film that got into this festival is worthy of acknowledgement. It was an incredible festival. All of these filmmakers are incredible people. They do extraordinary work, and it takes guts to put work that you've put your heart and soul into out there for public performance. So every single filmmaker in this festival is a winner in my book. However, we don't have that kind of money to hand out to every single winner. So that's our rules. We need to talk about our awards themselves, and that they are by the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild. The Klamath Basin is blessed to have a number of extraordinary arts groups here. I say often disproportionate to our population scale. We have a gluttony of amazing artists in the Klamath Basin. And the Woodcrafters are among them. They do unbelievable work with wood. They do great work in the community. And several years ago, we approached them about what if we could have our awards be made out of Oregon wood, because we're the only film festival that plays entirely made in Oregon films. What's more Oregon than wood products, right? So we thought, let's have our trophies made out of wood. And they said, absolutely, we'll do it. And there's a gentleman in here who ended up making all of our awards tonight. His name is Bill Reed, and we're going to feature him in a video in just a moment. Not yet, but in just a moment, to let you know a little bit more about the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild and what they do. But first, we want to thank Bill with something. Bill, we have a check for you for all of your hard work. We give this gentleman and the other woodcrafters about a month to make what they make. That is very little time. Anyone who's been in a wood shop class and made a terrible ashtray or something, the work that they do is second to none, and it's one-of-a-kind art pieces. So Their whole thing, though, is they didn't want to do like other festivals where everything is the same with just, the name changed. They wanted to do everything specific to the film, to be inspired by the films that our judges determined should be our winners. So every award in 2020, 2021, and again this year, the filmmakers will not only receive a cash prize, they receive a one-of-a-kind art piece that is specific to their film. It may be a theme from their film, it may be a character from their film, but they will walk away with something that hopefully they can cherish forever. I would like to not only introduce and honor Mr. Bill Reed and all of the other Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild members. Bill, can you stand up for a moment and be acknowledged, please? Or no? Bill, you do extraordinary work, sir. Thank you, Bill, and thank you to all of the Woodcrafters for continuing to support our festival and what we do. We sincerely appreciate it. With that, I would like to let you get to know Bill and the extraordinary work that the Woodcrafters do a little bit better with a short video.
My name is Bill Reed. I've been part of the Guild for the last 6 years and enjoyed all of it. I've done leather work a good part of my life, and I sold all my leather shop and everything to a friend and needed something else to do. I'm retired. I don't like sitting at home. So I started woodworking, and a friend of mine told me that they had it, so I went and visited and joined, and glad I did. Most of our members are retired, but not all of them. You don't have to be retired to belong to it. We're looking for younger members all the time. It costs $25 a year to join, and we meet first Thursday of every month, 7 o'clock, and everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter your skill set. Any kind of skill set is good. Even if you don't know anything, you come in. If you're interested, we'll help you get started. We have every kind of skill there. We've got some people that are extremely advanced at what they do. We've got flat woodworkers, we got cabinet makers, we got any kind of skill in woodworking you want, any kind of thing they want to do. We got turners, we got carvers, you name it, we've got it, we can help you do it. When I first joined, I had not turned hardly anything. And I turned, I had an old lathe I paid $50 for, and I started turning on it, and then when I got with the Guild, it broke, and they let me use the one from the Guild until I could get another one. I moved up to where I'm not too bad at it. I'm not the best by a long shot, but I'm not bad at it, and I really enjoy it. And the flat work, what's nice about the flat work, if you're making something and you get to a point where you're stumped and you don't know what to do, you can call somebody, and there's somebody in the Guild that knows how to do what you're needing to do and walk you through it and get you past. I like making big stuff. The bigger the better, and let the wood decide what it wants to be. And when I'm turning it, when it comes out, comes out. If I'm making flat work or something, then I already know what I want, and I cut it to make it what I want it to do. But when I'm turning, I let the wood pretty much say what it wants. We have a President's Challenge that happens about every 3 months, and everybody makes whatever they want, or not whatever they want, whatever the challenge is about. Everybody brings it in and see who does the best job of it. The winter wings that we do, we make birdhouses, and the kids come and nail them together and everything, and that works out really good. A few other things like that really make a difference, and that's what we do. Is we want to get out in the community and do little projects like that to help promote woodworking, because we're getting less and less people in the world that have slowed down enough to realize what they're missing when they don't do woodworking of some type. They took the woodworking out of the schools. We just need to get it back.
thank you, Bill, and thank you to the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild for making our festival unique. We sincerely appreciate it. We have 4 awards to give away tonight because we already gave away our K through 12 awards this morning. In case you missed it, we had our film camp winner, Ariana Williams, won for her film Find Your Way. Our best Northern K through 12 film was 4 Tracks by Kian Doty. And our best Southern K through 12 winner was What News by JL Bilal. So our festival breaks up our awards regionally. We do Northern Oregon and Southern Oregon for shorts and features. What that qualifies as is anything 40 minutes or longer is a feature film. Anything under 40 is a short based on geographics. So we typically throw Eugene and Bend into Northern, and although that's kind of iffy, it kind of depends on how many films we get from north versus south to determine who goes north or south if they're from that area. But we try to be even on this. And so our first award up is for Best Northern Short. We have a video to debut our winners.
I mean, there's no secret weapon here. I think for us, taking these weekend escapes is us to kind of turn off the phones, off the TVs, having some alone time, recharge our batteries, disconnect so you can reconnect, you know?
It's not nothing. It's a shoebox. What's inside?
Nothing. Nothing important.
All right. There's a few too many nothings for something that's obviously something. So I need to see inside.
Please. Sir, can I have my ticket? I was going too fast and I deserve a ticket. No doubt about it.
Hello, I'm Kurt Lidke, Klamath Film Board Chair. The winner of our Best Northern Short Award was not able to join us in Klamath Falls this year. In an extremely close vote, this short was selected by awards judges for its content and high production value. An all-Asian American cast and crew created this comedic short, directed by Alberta Poon, a rising star in Oregon's commercial film production scene. On behalf of the Klamath Film Board of Directors, it is my honor to present to Alberta Poon our award for Best Northern Short for the film Crouching Comic. This award was lovingly and masterfully handcrafted by the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild.
Food. And I've noticed that Vietnamese food has gotten really trendy these days. Who here likes Vietnamese food? What's weird is that 20 years ago, kids at school used to bully me for eating my mom's homemade bun and fish sauce. And it got to the point where I ended up eating cafeteria sloppy joes every day until I graduated. And I hated sloppy joes, but for some reason, the bullies just could not figure out how to make fun of a disintegrating loose meat sandwich named after their favorite uncle.
Hello, Klamath Independent Film Festival. My name is Alberta Poon, and I'm the writer and director of Crouching Comic. I'm actually sitting in the set. If you don't recognize it, this monstera, these curtains were very much in the film. I am honored to have won Best Northern Short from your film festival. Look at this delicate, beautiful award. It's a toothbrush on a mic stand. Seriously, this is really special. Thank you so much. I wish I could have been there in person, but I was there in spirit. Thanks again to all the hardworking people that put on this film festival and for curating my film. And I will treasure this for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Alberta's not able to join us. Michael chimed in earlier from Eugene via Zoom, and Faith Briggs was not able to join us as well. So none of those filmmakers are able to come up and join us. But for our next categories, we do have some filmmakers in the house who are going to be winning some prizes. So, whether you're first, second, or third, we would love to have you come up because we also have consolation gifts if you are not the winner of the Woodcrafters Guild top prize. So, our next category is Best Southern Short.
Can you imagine that?
Follow that train.
Follow that car.
We have no idea where we are. We're off on the road to somewhere.
Your foot on the land of your people, putting in that physical suffering, putting down those prayers that you're running all through your homelands, and you're doing this, and then that connecting to the next nation who also wants to do that.
Now, the Klamath Basin is under what they call
In the first river mile, I managed to snap her right in half. So I duct taped the top so I have a eyelet, and I'm working with a halfer here. But I just caught my second fish on it, so it might be the new way to backpack and fish. Half a rock. I don't know.
We had studied the river's flow regime from years past, and so, in addition to trying to avoid smoke season, we had planned the timing of our trip to thread the needle between flashy spring runoff.
Our third place winner, Ross Williams, is currently traveling today and could not join us. But Ross, if you are watching this, we will be mailing you a check, and congratulations. Our second place winner is here, Shane. Shane, come on down. I swear we are not a festival biased towards fishing films because our judges are based in Hollywood. And yet Shane won first place last year for his film Guardians of the River. And once again, you win a prize for a fish film. Well, yeah. A fish adjacent film.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. It's a true honor, and I'm so happy to be able to come in person this year. Is the third festival I've been in, and first time I was actually be able to be here, and the theater's amazing, and all the work you all do, and the audience. So just really special, and just continue to wish the community all the best here, and the continued growth of the festival, and just a real honor. And this is really a prize for the people of the Salmon Run. We were just there to document it. So whatever's in this prize, I'm going to donate it back to them for next year's.
There is some cash in there, and there's also a certificate.
So yeah, I just it's such an honor to be able to have the trust to document something like that, and to be essentially a fly on the wall. So I just want to continue to support their efforts as well. So thank you all very much.
And speaking of fly, our first place winner for Best Southern Short was a film about fly fishing. Katie Falkenberg, please come down. Katie, on behalf of the Klamath Film Board and courtesy of the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild, that is for you.
Oh my gosh.
Step on over here, Katie. You're off camera.
Thank you. Wow, this is spectacular. Thank you so much for this. What a piece of art.
So much stuff in your hands.
Yeah, wow. Thank you. And thank you for this festival. I was so disappointed I could only make it today, but it feels so good to, I mean, I live in Jacksonville, Oregon, a small town, and it just feels so good to have the support as a filmmaker of this festival and this group of people. Like, it's really meaningful, and to be here today and to feel that, it's just, yeah, it's just something that I was really maybe surprised because this is my first time at this festival and it feels really good. It makes my heart full. So thank you for all the work you all do putting this together and being so supportive of us filmmakers. And yeah, it just makes me even more proud to be an Oregonian. So thank you. And thank you for this generous, beautiful prize as well.
The beauty of your trophy that Bill over here made for you, be sure to thank him on your way back up the stairs, is that the rod is so thin it looks like it's half breaking anyway, which would be really fitting for your film with the woman in the film who has half a rod after she breaks it fishing, right?
That is so perfect.
So if you break that accidentally, just say, oh, well, that connects with, the film that... that I have a character in the film that breaks their rod and they're fishing with half a rod. So if for some reason you break that super delicate thing that Bill made, that can be your excuse.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, congratulations,
Thank you so
Katie.
much.
We now get to our feature films. We had some really fun, really amazing, really incredible, really educational films this year. We wish we could always display more, but the problem with features is that they take up so much screen time, we can only select a handful. So we will start with our Northern Feature Awards.
He's Grace's father.
Where's Erica? Is she on here listening?
No, hold on. She isn't here yet, and neither is Grace. That's exciting, right? Because wait, hold on.
Brother, don't you think it's kind of weird that you keep asking about her when I haven't said anything that makes her relevant to my situation? You keep trying to find out stuff about my mother, and I just want my brother back.
We're here for cremation, our mother's cremation.
So sorry for your loss.
Thank you. She actually died a couple months ago. Our youngest sister, she's been traveling in Tibet.
Namaste. Oh, namaste.
She's trying to find herself, and so anyway, we're finally here. She should be here any
Our
minute.
mother's name was Ramona.
Oh, yeah, Ramona.
Please follow me.
What is his name again?
Just call him Reaper.
Okay, I know Anna Nicholas is here. Anna, as for a second runner-up, we do have a prize for you. It should be noted, Anna previously has been one of our awards judges for the festival. So she went from one of our judges to one of our contestants. We thought your film was hilarious. We thought it was extraordinary. The way that you made it was so incredible and different from how most people do it. Congratulations. Please grab a mic. We'd love to hear from you. Step on over here for the camera feed. Thank you.
Just thanks to the festival, to Klamath Film. I have to echo what Katie said. I just felt very welcome, and I've met some lovely, lovely people here I hope I see again, maybe work with again. Ted Rooney. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel very honored, and thank you all.
Thank you for making the trip down, Anna. And thank you for all of your help. Not only has she been an awards judge, she's also helped out with our film camp as well, talking to students. So thank you for all that you have done to be a friend of Klamath Film. Our second place winners, Losing Addison, Marty. Hello, sir. Thank you for spending all 3 days of the festival with us. We so appreciate it when filmmakers take the time to not just show up for their film and then leave, but to spend the entire time here and experience everyone else's films too. So thank you to you and Chuck for doing that.
Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for putting on such a great festival. For a small festival, it is one of the best organized and run festivals that I've been to. But I'll just keep it short. I said in the Q&A that this was a collaborative process, and so this award belongs to everybody, the 50 plus cast and crew who made it possible, and this is for them.
And I believe we have the entire Because We're Family crew here. If all of you could please come up. I'll say the same thing to the four of you that I said to Marty. Thank you for spending all 3 days with us. It means a lot to us.
I'm legit kind of choked up, so I'm just gonna. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's also, oh my God. Like, it's also really bizarre because these two things, like these things were some of the things that we most talked about in the film, about like how we would deal with them, what they were, and the fact that that's what was chosen, it's really special to us.
And we just honestly, we're super humbly grateful because you guys run a really killer festival here that just supports artists and artistry. And we got to know a few people here, and we're just so lucky that you included us, that you considered us, that you brought us up here. There's nothing else to say but absolute gratitude. Thank you so much.
No, I'm kind of shy.
She usually hates us passing the mic to her, which is why we didn't.
But thank you for making this long journey, seem worthwhile. So it means a lot. Thank you.
Ty.
And I just want to reiterate thanks to everybody involved in the festival. It was a great time. We had a great time up here. We loved, everybody involved. All the other films were quite entertaining. I just does the top come off of that thing? That is so cool. It does. Oh, so thank you for the woodworking, and it was just.
We're gonna put something in there.
I was debating whether or not to actually put ashes inside the urn or not, but I was going to leave that to you to determine.
That's great.
There might be somebody in there later.
Right.
And thanks again for everybody involved in the film. We're truly grateful.
Thank you.
Yes.
And now we come to our last category in the end of 9 months of ridiculous work by Cassidy and myself and our board and our volunteers and the Ragland and our community partners and our sponsors and everyone. Thank you so much for being involved. We also have a little something for every single one of our filmmakers who traveled here. So if you are not included in our awards, we still have something for you as a way to say thank you for taking the time to come to Klamath and participate in our festival. It means the world to us. So with that, our last category is Best Southern Features.
Our people were loving people, but we didn't put up with much. That's what prompted the war.
They just couldn't control Captain Jack.
So that was the government's approach, is to kill them.
They were the only Indian leaders that were charged with war crimes.
They built the gallows when they were having the trial.
They had to watch their leaders be hung.
It wasn't until I was 20 years old that I figured out this is a pretty big deal.
I was told by my elders to be cautious of what the government was doing.
we're finally to that place where we're surviving and we can take care of our people.
The Modoc Nation is standing strong, and it will be standing stronger every year moving forward.
The world has not lost an entire race of salmon since the prehistoric saber-tooth went extinct over 5 million years ago. But now, time is running out for the last wild runs of spring Chinook, arguably the most revered Pacific salmon.
Like I said before, I swear we are not a fishing festival. Yet, apparently our judges in Hollywood feel that we should be. So, for those of you in the house who would like to, are thinking about making a film for next year's festival, maybe theme it around fish, and you'll be walking away with a cash prize and maybe a really cool award. Shane, not only did you win last year an incredible fish by Bill, I think Bill's probably tired of making fish for you at this point.
Oh, wow.
But
That is cool.
Your award for the lost salmon is a salmon breaking through the dam.
Beautiful. Bill. I'm so blessed. Last year, that award sits in my living room and I look at it every day. So now I get 2 of them, and just such an honor. I've never won 2 awards at once. That's like incredible. So especially on topics to do with salmon. So I did it for the salmon, and this is dedicated for the salmon. So may they come home. And this film was a real personal journey and a personal investment. I had to use money from refinancing my house to finish it, because I had decided at one point that I was going to take this short film concept, and it kind of just wrapped around my heart, and I inserted myself as a narrator and a character in order to hopefully convey some of the scientific information more. So it was really a personal story and a personal odyssey over 2 years. So this really means a lot. So really appreciate it, and really appreciate your support, and thank you so much.
Congratulations, Shane. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. And congratulations to all of our filmmakers that were selected. Every single one of you are winners. And Shane, be sure to thank the gentleman in the cowboy hat right there. He made your award last year as well. On behalf of Cassidy Quistorf, our executive director, unless you would like to say something. Okay.
I've had a cold all weekend and my voice is just totally going, but I just so appreciate everyone coming here. This is my first time at Klamath Independent Film Festival, and so running it was kind of interesting, and I cannot stress enough how much Kurt has done for this film festival. I am just blown away, and I'm so honored to learn from him. And Kurt, thank you so much for everything you've done. It's just remarkable, and seeing it in person is just insane. So thank you so much for what you do for Klamath Film. It's amazing. Let's give one more round of applause for Kurt. And again, it's my first time here, and I am just blown away by the filmmakers. Getting to chat with all of you all has been amazing. It's been such a blessing in my life. I am just so honored to have gotten to meet all of you, and the hard work that you put into these films. It shows, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so to be able to meet y'all, thank you so much for taking the time to come to our festival and celebrate with y'all is absolutely amazing. It's one of the biggest blessings in my life, and I just so appreciate all of you. And thank you so much for letting me meet you and talk to you. I'm sorry if I fangirl over y'all too much, but you guys are just amazing. So thank you. And yeah, that's all I'll say, but thank you.
And my blessing is that Cassidy is taking over as executive director, so I don't have to do as much as I did this year. Next year is the hope. Thank you, Cassidy, for all of your work. Thank you to our volunteers. Thank you to the Ross Ragland and the Ragland Guild. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our audience and everyone who joined us. 10th Annual Klamath Independent Film Festival is a wrap. If we could have all of our filmmakers join us on stage, we would love to do a group photo, and safe travels home. Thank you for coming to KIFF.